Okay, let's just take a look at question number 60 and not try to editorialize this at all. Algeria has decided to take out an advertisement in the UN newspaper. Didn't know the United Nations printed a newspaper called Liberty Daily. The newspaper charges a base fee of $1,200 for an ad. There is an additional fee of $300 for every inch in height. Okay, so think about this. You could pay $1,200 and you could get an ad that's exactly 0 inches tall, right? There's nothing there. Oh, that's a nice ad. I didn't even see it. It was just a single line. It had no height. Couldn't read any of the words. So I guess that it says if Algeria is willing to spend any amount up to and including $2,700, what choices does the country have for the height of the ad? So let's go ahead and set up a variable x. Let's say that let x be the height of the ad in inches. We could complicate it and say it's in feet, but they told me what it costs per inch, so let's do that. So if I was going to write an expression that would represent the cost of the ad, it's $300 for every single inch you have. So I'm writing 300x. If I get 0 inches tall, $300. Actually, I don't know if you can get a half-inch ad. If I got a half-inch ad, that'd be 150. But you also have to pay this base fee of $1,200. Now, they are willing to let this be to spend any amount up to and including this. So here's the thing. There's this $2,700. That's their upper limit. And I'm going to put this right here. So let's talk about this. This is what they would spend for an ad that's X inches tall. And we're saying that what they're going to spend has to be less than or equal to, right? So there's an upper constraint here. So we've constrained the cost of our ad. It can be no more than $2,700. That's another way to say that. Less than or equal to means it can be no more than $2,700. So if I was going to solve this inequality, right, we could do the thing where we find our boundary condition, and then once we find our boundary condition, uh, and we know our boundary point would be open, we could test to the left or the right. But we've talked about the one funky thing we've got to watch with when we multiply or we divide by a negative number. And on previous videos, I've talked about what happens if we were to multiply or divide by a negative number. In this problem, I'm not going to be dividing by a negative number. The way we've set this up, I'm going to be dividing by 300. So it's not an issue here, so I won't talk about it any further than that. But to solve this, I'm just going to go ahead and take away 1,200 from each side. So we've got $2,700, and we're going to subtract from that 1,200, and we get $1,500. So 300x has to be no more than $1,500 or less than or equal to $1,500. And if I take and divide both sides by 300x, the height of the ad, right, 1,500 divided by 300 can be no more than, there we go, 5. 5. So here's our thing. They may buy, not BY, BUY as in purchase. They may purchase by an ad with a maximum height of 5 inches, right? So they could get 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4.5 inches, anything that is, as long as it's less than 5 inches. So x is less than or equal to 5 inches. And if you think about it, I could put another constraint on this, although I don't know that I need to. But it does not make sense for them to talk about buying an ad that's negative 2 inches in height. So I could arbitrarily say, oh, and you know what? If it was really going to make logical sense, the height of the ad has to be more than 0, right? But less than 5. Otherwise, think about it. You're paying $1,200 and not getting any advertisement at all. So this is, I don't think the answer in our textbook has this, but I'm just offering it there because it makes sense. To say the size of the ad is bigger than 0, but it's less than or equal to the maximum up there is 5. All right, so that's it for question 60.